Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
Welcome back to the Live to Die podcast. It's a beautiful drive time commute for all of you out there on the road. Traffic's looking pretty whatever like it's looking. But here at
If it's
home,
Denver, it's going to take you an hour to get where you're going.
I think I've told you my favorite joke before that Denver is a great location. Denver is an hour away from Denver.
Yeah.
I think it's made no less funny by the fact that, like, you know, without divulging personal information, like all of you, most of you arguably live in Denver, but are all still like a fucking hour from each other.
We live like on the outside because driving in the middle is rough.
Yeah.
I don't think I know anyone who lives close to the middle. It's all just like clock positions around Denver.
Yeah,
Do students live in the center of Denver?
Yeah.
How do they afford that?
Their dorm.
Yeah.
There's dorms downtown. That's where they live.
Would you ever live in a dorm as an adult?
God, no.
A
dorm? Probably not.
The answer is
All right.
dark.
So when I used to see
That's
those
what he's
dudes in
saying.
the Navy that were like, oh, my wife can't travel to this command.
Yeah.
I'm going to live in the barracks.
Yeah.
I mean, those guys had pretty decent lives, it seemed. They were happy.
That was more or less where my answer was going.
All right. So in that
Yeah.
case, let's go to the intro topic.
Or if you got divorced and you're still have to support all those people, then
Yeah.
you're not going to live
Then your
anywhere
rent
much
is
more
cheap
in the
because you're
door.
living
Yeah.
in the barracks.
Yeah.
That got dark.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to the topic that Trent and I sort of almost got talking about last episode. Let's talk about this one. And it's something that I did during my time in the dorms, which was play video games.
Oh, I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah. I was like, I remember him bringing something up, but I don't remember what it was.
Crying.
But go.
Yeah. No, so we've done a lot of like, we always have to do, what are you doing? What are you reading? What are you watching? But because we started talking about video games, there's some cool ones that have come out or that are just coming out. I was talking about Tactical Breach Wizards, which is a very sort of like,
Oh, I've played that demo.
it's really
It
cool.
looks
It
cool,
just
yeah.
it folds out. It's very, not XCOM, but like XCOM Chimera Squad of like,
Yeah, totally.
same, you only have like a few units, but they all have very different skill sets, sort of tactical stuff. It's part of an informal trilogy called the Defenestration Trilogy by the person who made Gunpoint and Heat Signature. Really cool indie games. But Trent, you were talking about, was it Wukong?
Yeah, Black Myth Wukong has come out recently. I mean, it's kind of like Souls-like,
Yeah.
but not really that close to it, I
it's
guess.
just it's an action game.
Oh, yeah. And it is the Myth of Wukong, which is amazing.
Cool.
Very beautiful. Looks really good. So
What have you been playing lately?
I've been playing a lot of Magic the Gathering Arena recently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, not that I'm good at all.
I'm afraid to get into it. I just am. Because then I feel like there's so many rabbit holes you can go down, so much you can spend
Yeah, I was going to say,
on like actual cards.
your pocketbook will not appreciate it.
That's why
Arena's-
I've avoided it for so long.
Arena is definitely a more cost-friendly way to play around with it. But even then, it reminds me a lot of, Trent, like how you talk about League, in which you're like, don't play it. It's a great game. I love it. Don't fucking play it.
Yeah.
It's a horrible game. It's great.
Horrible game. I love it.
Yeah. That's Magic. I think Magic is awesome. I love playing it with people. It's kind of cool. Like I've actually like made friends playing Magic at this point now with people from like my local nerd store. That being said, if anyone's ever like, I'm thinking about playing Magic, I always feel like I need to like tackle them and be like, don't. I will get a group of your friends and family together and we'll all write down the things that that we love about you. Just, it's because it's like what makes it such a good hobby is how much you can get into it. So you get into whatever you want. You've been playing any other video games lately that's sort of standing out for
League, that as well. I've been trying to get back into Crusader Kings 3 because it's just, another game you can spend way too much time on.
I saw there's a Game of Thrones mod for that.
Oh shit.
Well, now I'm going to go download that and play that.
Are you guys going to play?
I was like, that sounds kind of
Sounds
Are
awesome.
you guys going to play the new WoW that's coming out?
The new what?
World of Warcraft?
There's a new World
There's
of
a new
Warcraft?
one?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't know this.
Like a new expansion or a brand new
You're
WoW?
breaking news.
I think it's
Or
a
like
new
World of War-
expansion.
Oh,
I
no,
don't
thanks.
think it's a new. Well, let me check.
Yeah.
Okay, Jason will look that
You guys
up.
continue. I didn't really play much new, so
I have avoided it my whole life. I've played it.
I've never played
and I
World of
was
Warcraft.
like,
I played it right at the beginning.
Same,
I know
same.
that if I continue to play this, I will play only this. And so I can't.
Jared and I are now friends on Discord, so I do know that you've been able to get a little bit of game time in here or there, because I'll see you on there sometimes. What are you playing these days?
Yeah, I'm playing Dave the Diver.
Okay, I've heard that game's fucking great.
It's great, and once you think you figured it out, it just throws something new at you, and you're like, I wasn't expecting this. It's really great.
So for our listeners who aren't familiar, can you just give us like the 30 seconds on Dave the Diver?
Yeah, Dave the Diver. You're a diver named Dave, and you help run a sushi restaurant. And so it's like part like swimming and catching fish for the sushi restaurant, and it's part developing the sushi restaurant, and then it's a part like 100 other things.
Amazing.
It's like it's sort of, it almost takes the premise of Mario Party of like, what if there was a bunch of games in one, but then they all string together these like surprisingly pleasant, wholesome game experiences of just being Dave and like helping people out with stuff. And
you're like taking photos for magazines of sea creatures. You're like helping the mer people out because they're there too. You're like all these things that you don't really expect. You're like, oh, okay. And you're just kind of doing your thing. It's pretty fun. Good time filler. Found a game called, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'm going to try my best. Dorf Romantic. ROMANTIC.
Yeah.
It's very like chill. It's like a hexes that have like generated terrain, and you just like fit them together, and you have goals. So you want to get like so many buildings together. You get so many more tiles. And then when you run out of tiles, you're just done.
Yeah.
And it's surprisingly chill and satisfying.
I've played one that's very similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun.
It's nice to just like zone out.
Yeah. And totally you zone out. There's no stress to it really. I mean, you just try and keep getting more tiles. And then once you're out, you're like, oh, new high score or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Very stress-free.
All right, Jason, is there a new WoW expansion?
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Holy
new WoW
shit.
game coming out called The War Within. I sent it to the group Discord
It looks
chat.
like it's Underdark stuff.
Jesus. Yeah.
Subterranean worlds filled with hidden wonders and lurking perils.
I played WoW at release, Horde, because you got to play Horde.
I was Horde.
For the Horde.
Yep. That checks out for this table.
Yeah.
I haven't played in years. I'm still playing a lot of Helldivers right now. Helldivers 2, because I've got a good group to play that with. I've had a couple of friends who've gotten back into GTA Online, so occasionally I'll jump in and we'll do a heist there.
We're never going to get GTA 6. It's never going to happen.
It's going to be like the next Blade film. It's never going to happen.
Yeah,
GTA
Blade.
6 and Blade, never happening. The other one I will say that just dropped, I love big, expansive, like 4X games, and Sins of a Solar Empire 2 is out now. And it's just that like kind of really giant, pleasing game in which you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to play an RTS in which a single battle is like kind of 15 minutes and you can tab away and just do something else while it's playing out. Love it. Just let me build my space empire and connect trade routes and make trade alliances and then bring in more money as I research improved orbital drilling. It's so dumb, but I fucking love it.
Were you saying something last episode about Abadar being the scariest, scariest god?
Yeah.
The scariest one.
Are you the PC people? Well, I don't know. I think it's PC, but it might be other consoles too. Are you going to play the Star Wars Outlaws game?
Yeah.
Not going to lie. Looks fucking awful.
I know. Oh, it looks awful.
so bad.
I haven't.
It looks real bad.
I'm still going to play.
I don't blame you.
Here's what's going to happen. I'd kind of forgotten about it. And then I saw the release it was coming out. I was like, fuck, I do love Star Wars. And so it's one of those where like, if it's good, I'm probably going to get it right away.
If it's sort of good, I'll get it.
If it's sort of good to bad, I will get it because it's a single player game. I will get it somewhat later.
Eventually.
Yeah.
And play it. Because there's also, do you know how many fucking games are on my like immediate buy in the next few months that are about to come out? Age of Mythology Remastered or whatever is about to come out. And Age of Mythology was my shit. I always liked Age of Empires, but Age of Mythology, fuck. So that's coming out remastered like early September. There's money. Space Marine 2 is coming out, which has which has a co-op campaign and full multiplayer modes and is looking genuinely really good. Fuck. So that's coming out. Metal Slug Tactics is coming out, which isn't a thing I thought I wanted, but apparently it is, and I'm really excited for it.
I don't know that one. I'll look it up.
It's Metal Slug, but a tactics game, and I'm fucking here for it. And then Stalker 2 is coming out, the sequel to my favorite Eastern European jank FPS, based off of Roadside Picnic. You are a person who's going into these zones where weird oddities are, trying to deal with bandits, mutants, find these things, find this. I won't say anything anymore, but like read Roadside Picnic. It's a phenomenal piece of Russian fiction that just has so much to say about their own relationship with like the human condition, but still the beauty of hope and people and community, with also being one of my favorite fucking alien sci-fi stories.
Interesting.
Absolutely great piece. Inspired the movie Stalker, the video game series. Anyway, yeah, there's a lot of fucking games this year that I'm like, there's so many games I want to play. So I'm like, I can wait on a single player game. I still only put like 5 hours into Starfield.
Yeah.
Because I decided to beat, I hadn't beaten all the 2016 Doom. So I'm like, the other over the summer, I was like, it's not a lot of gameplay, but I don't play a lot of single player games. I'm just going to slowly play 2016's Doom. And I actually had a blast. I was really bad at it. But anyone else playing stuff?
No, you guys are all fucking children and play games for fun.
I actually don't play video games.
Sure.
I'm dead serious.
No, I believe you.
I really don't.
I was
used
wrong.
to.
I've been playing Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity with
nice.
Jessica. She just beat Breath of the Wild. And that, one of the reviews for that game is it's a love letter to Breath of the Wild. And that's exactly what it is. It's like, but you're running around and fighting whole armies of bad guys. And that shit's a blast.
It's like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, it's like the Dynasty Warriors.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is the best, they've made more than one Hyrule Warrior game.
Mm-hmm.
By far the best one.
All right. You're always the person I go to for like the Nintendo series.
I love
what's
Nintendo
your
games.
thought on?
Yeah, I love Nintendo games.
Have you seen the stuff for the Zelda game in which you finally play as Zelda?
Yeah, and she fights people by summoning tables and shit.
Or other, just anything? Yeah.
She can summon bad guys. You can actually summon bokoblins to fight for you.
Can I plug something?
Yeah.
So I play a different Pathfinder game with my side friends.
Yeah.
If Jason's like, what? No, I'm sorry. And
I get it.
Other friends?
Yeah, the GM and the main guys that put the game together, they're actually game developers, and they have an indie game on Steam right now called Into the Maw, and it just won some competition, and it's getting presented. So
I'm fucking opening this up right now.
Look it up in there, put it on your wish list. It's called Into the Maw. It's kind of like Starfinder Space Combat, where there's 4 players. They're eventually going to have matchmaking, and everybody plays like a different role on the ship. And so you have to have 4 people to play it. I think I'm not sure if they're going to...
Holy shit, this looks cool.
Yeah, it looks really great. Yeah, so I'm going to plug those guys. So shout out to Sarek and Joey who developed that game.
Fuck, there's a demo available now.
Yeah, download it.
You know what game looks fun that I have not played? Lockdown Protocol. Have you guys seen this shit?
No.
The title is pretty cool.
It's like Among Us, only there's like a gun that has like 2 bullets in it and some screwdrivers. And you're like in this big space trying to figure out who the imposter is, but you can actually like cap people in the head.
In order to figure out
some of the videos are funny.
Who's an imposter, out of curiosity, do you walk around and hold the gun out and say, I need you to put your hand on the gun?
I think so. I think that's the dead giveaway.
I still stand by this plan.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's probably time for us to see how this plan's going to play out. So you're at this farm.
Mm-hmm. She has a burn on her finger from the flames.
Maybe. No, I can turn the fire apart off. Yeah.
You're at the farm.
It's like butane. Just turn it off.
What do you do now that you're here? You're at the farm. You've had this conversation. You've talked with her. What the fuck are you going to do?
I don't think there's anything that we really can do.
No.
I mean, unless you want to like up the sword test, but I don't think, I feel like she passed.
Yeah, he's convinced it's not her.
Yeah, 100%.
She can touch the sword and it's fine.
Yeah, I feel like, right on. Well, I appreciate your time, and I would probably go back and confer with the Baron and my less than savory stalker roadside picnic person.
Dude, it's first harvest. I'm going to come to you.
Yeah,
I'm on my way.
Yeah, like we're stoked.
Oh, so you would have got...
I would have come back from the witches to go to the first harvest at some point.
Yeah.
Not necessarily to be picking, but to come in and see it being done.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe like hours after they've been talking.
Yeah, I would say come back through and then, yeah.
So it's early afternoon as you're kind of like wrapping up. You do a little more work and you see Nikolai and Lucky. Would you be rolling out here too? Check on the investment.
I think so.
Yeah, so you see 2 more figures on horseback.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's completely convenient that you guys showed up just now.
He did that with his teeth.
You've got 2 coconuts and you're bagging them together.
What? How is the investigation going here?
She's here.
It's not her.
Wait, what? Those are conflicting things.
Touched my sword and she was fine.
Was she fine?
No, I just got a feeling that
tonight's going to be a good night.
Should we tail this person?
I think that's probably the best plan.
Everybody looks at Lucky.
Yeah.
Tell this person what?
Tail.
Midwife.
Oh, tail.
I heard tell as well, and I
I
was
heard
like,
tell, and I was like,
surprisingly
what am I
straight.
telling
Tail
you?
this lady.
We're looking for
I
a
mean,
midwife who.
I'm happy to.
Tell her, just give her the eyeball point and look at her.
I'm happy to keep tabs.
Mm-hmm.
Did you use the word tail in a racial sense against?
She does not have a tail.
No, but I understand the insensitivity.
Yeah, that was
sorry.
insensitive.
This has to be handled delicately. This is
It's my specialty.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you and everything the hag said about where kids are. Find the ones that are basically the shit you guys are already doing, like who's just had babies.
Oh well, there's
When
the 2 or 3 in the last few weeks here.
We should talk to them.
Didn't she also say something about like location?
Oh, she said like off the beaten path location.
Yeah, and I kind of just like, look where we are.
Look around at the couple of barns.
I mean,
Couple
there
barns.
was that
fields.
one though that was like on the weird road to the north. That's off the beaten path too. I
And the
mean,
dwarf.
it's literally on the beaten path, but
I really like the
it's sort
dwarf
of
though.
outside town.
It definitely feels more like if you were to relay what she said to you, like, you know, we're sitting here listening to James. She definitely seems more sus than the dwarf.
But
Could
we
be.
did interview several people, and those 2 were named. So
Yeah.
Ryan, the player's like, oh no.
Could be both of them.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, no, I think it's
Yeah.
worth
Both-
worth taking a look at both. But everything that Arthur and I can probably do, we've done.
Yeah, it's a Law and Order episode,
Mhm.
but these 2 characters were played by actors who had their
Yeah.
names show up in
They
the
were
opening
both
credits.
carrying boxes as they were
I love
talking to
that.
us.
Yeah, they're carrying
Picking
boxes.
up boxes, putting them down, and then picking them up again and putting them
No,
somewhere
no,
else.
because then you know that they weren't important. These
Right.
are both actors. You're
Oh.
like, I recognize that
They
actor.
actually stop and talk with
Wow,
you.
He was
Yeah.
in Road Trip.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, it's got to be one of these 2.
Yeah,
'cause
it is.
Is that
100%.
Rob Lowe?
Is
That's
that
Rob Lowe,
Elizabeth
right?
Warren?
What?
Wow.
What?
The politician?
Yeah,
That's so funny.
they're running out of people to bring on the show at this point. You know?
Yeah,
All right. So
but
what's
I
the plan?
wouldn't. I would finish the day helping out and working around. Like,
All right.
yeah. I wouldn't just duck out. I would finish the day.
Oh, yeah, of course. Nikolai is helping.
Yeah, for sure.
So you know what
getting
I'm going to
involved.
say? Keep note of this. When we play out this particular month's kingdom turn, when it comes to like the harvesting, I will give you like a bonus on things related to the food harvest. I'll give you an
Okay.
extra asset from it just because you all were out here helping.
Mhm. Yeah, for sure.
Arthur does the work of several people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
have a animal attached to the plow.
Yeah.
He's just pushing it.
He has a
threw,
whole
yeah.
cart, but there's no animals. It's just him holding it up and
Oh
walking.
my God. I did just imagine him using a plow like a push
Yeah.
lawnmower to just go into the fields.
Yeah. We're like trying to unload the cart and he's just pulling it. It's like, stop pulling it so we can unload the cart. He just won't stop. You got to like toss stuff in real quick. You got to be fast because he's moving.
Arthur almost hits someone. He's like,
Yeah.
oh no, I will let people know now when I'm backing up if I cannot see them by making a loud sound. Arthur invents the
The
reverse
backup.
sound.
Yeah.
Sound.
Unfortunately, he didn't monetize it. He didn't
That's
trademark
true.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Abadar followers did, however.
Mhm.
All right. Jesus.
Lucky one
They
person
created
did-
trademark law.
one
And actually,
person- no,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, please. I was talking.
Oh, I was just going to tell Lucky that one person proposed an idea I think you would like was that permits for midwifery.
This does sound promising. I'll look into this.
In-home business permitting.
Yeah.
That should
But if-
that should come at a cost, of course.
You will
I
feel the
figured
wrath.
you would be interested.
Thank you, Arthur. I can count on you for that.
Nikolai's just like, what the fuck?
One day we're just going to play like food chain magnate, and that's
Yeah.
just going to be our city.
All the food trucks out of business.
Lucky's gonna ride back to town and then walk back
I like it.
and post up somewhere.
Okay.
Like a kitty cat?
As long as it doesn't take like too long.
No, it'll be an hour or two to walk back,
That's
but you can
fine.
hustle. So is it just you coming back to surveil this place at night?
I mean,
I-
others are
I don't have the
welcome to be
requisite
there,
skills.
but I
Can I send Arthur's mother
Yeah.
to watch the other person?
Yes.
Oh,
I was going to say, she
That
cannot
can be off screen.
Yes. She cannot. Here's the rule, Trent.
Yeah.
Letitia cannot have an on-camera assist until her character sheet is updated.
I understand.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I guess I'm coming by myself.
All right, so you're out there. Talk to me about like your proximity. Obviously, I don't have like a map for you to show me. Like I hide here or there, but talk to me about like what you're looking for, how close, how much cover, sort of balancing proximity versus, clarity.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, maybe he's a little cocky, but I think he's trying to be close to wherever Goody is staying.
Okay.
Even if that means like a good vantage point, like right outside the window, like wherever there's something as close as it can be without being like in the open.
Okay. So yeah, it'll be a stealth check then. I'm going to use stealth as a gather and information basically here.
Okay.
What's that bonus? And you know what? You could pick, got a couple options here. We got glow in the dark, red, white, and orange for dice.
Let's go orange.
And we have the blue white.
Let's go orange.
Orange is a good one.
Plus 13.
Go Bengals.
It's a high number. All right. So you spend the night, and I'm going to say it's the whole night. Like you're going to be fatigued the next day or you're going to have to take a day resting. Spend the whole night and you pay attention to her and she's working throughout the night. She seems to be pretty normal, but getting close enough to her window, you do see that when she's packing away some like dirty clothes from the day, because like I imagine there's probably like a bathing shower place. So they're probably a communal. Like they'll go in, bathe and shower, come back. Like they'll change there, come back. And so she's dropping off clothes, like putting away clothes. And you can just see among her possessions two things that catch your eye. And I'm going to my notes so I can describe them well.
Drugs.
Also, just for
Drugs.
a reminder. And I don't know that it has any application here, but
Sure.
Lucky now has imprecise tremor sense. So
Oh, nice.
if people are stalking nearby or hidden nearby, you may be able to at least pick up on it a little bit within 30 feet.
Okay, yeah. I even mentioned that maybe it's easier for you to like kind of know when she's coming close. So you can be like peek around. So maybe that's what happens with that stealth. Maybe she goes to like clean, go to like the communal like restrooms, and are you comfortable? Would you break into her room and look around?
Oh, totally.
So you have an opportunity. You can kind of sense when she's gone and you're quickly going away. Your tremor sense starts to pick back up again. You can feel she's getting closer. You haven't checked everywhere. You feel like it. You've looked around. Final bit though, with this check that you rolled, you find like a false bottom in her chest. And you just have enough time to look. And then you find like a really sooty black smock, basically. And a holy symbol that's just a bloodshot eye.
All right.
And that's what you're able to find, but then you can feel she's getting really close and you've got to get out of there. Yeah.
Obviously. And then get out.
By the time you make it home, it is like almost, well, I mean, it's getting later in the year, but it's pretty close to morning. You've been up all night.
Yeah. I'd give my report to whichever of the party's closest and then go to bed. So
let's play that out a little bit. We've had a lot of role playing today, so thank you all for bearing with me.
knock knock. Nikolai's door.
Oh, you're going to knock knock. Oh.
No,
Anytime.
definitely.
Come in.
Nikolai.
Lucky.
Arthur.
Found-
Oh.
Hi, Arthur. What are you doing?
What are you doing in Nikolai's room?
Are you
This is
under the
quite
bed?
Suspicious. Found some items of note in my investigation.
Like what?
Goody. I was able to get into her room.
Nikolai gives you like a bombastic side eye, but he doesn't say anything.
The window was already open.
I thought I heard someone cry for help.
She is concealing some items. A shawl.
Smock.
Smock.
Like a smut. Not smut.
Some smut.
Some
She has all the smut.
Let me get this correct. Jesus.
Concealing smut is a very strange spell
It's
to be
not
casting.
smut. They're just fairy tale books, okay?
A ragged black smock. And ragged black smock.
Did you say soot covered?
Yeah, like soot covered and colored.
And a holy symbol with a bloodshot eye. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming that you have avenues to figure out that if you don't already know.
The bloodshot eye is a symbol of Gairona.
Well, then we've indeed found our suspect.
Do we believe she is a singular person, or are there more than... It's a cult, so there must be more than one. No?
I'm sure there's more than one, but this is our solid lead.
Solid.
I'm going to go to bed now.
Thank you for this news.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like, you need anything else? Because I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
I've done my job.
Mhm.
Now it's on you, Nikolai.
Nikolai, he lays awake for a while that night, like figuring out what we should do the next day. Because obviously we found our culprit. Or a culprit.
Sure, could be. Unless it's a false lead.
Unless
A red herring.
somebody rolled low and we didn't know it.
It's always a possibility.
It's a false bottom.
It was actually real.
He was a real bottom.
Yeah, all right. So the next morning, I break protocol by coming to talk to Arthur and Jonas before 10.
Does he bring coffee with him?
I do.
This
Oh,
is
okay, cool.
What am I, an asshole?
This is unacceptable. We have to do this at a meeting. No,
I
I'm
just
just
want
kidding.
you to know that we may have found our follower of Gairona, the goody, as a smock with a great eye on it, the symbol of Gairona. It's like a bloodshot eye,
A flaming
a
eye.
flaming eye.
Do you want us to initiate an arrest?
Can we? Do we have something worth arresting her over?
We can do whatever we want.
He's not wrong. But,
We are already
gonna-
having troubles with dissent. I don't think just rounding people up on suspicion is a good idea.
should we send Lucky to investigate the dwarven lady Matilda?
I
Just in
thought
case.
Arthur's mother was doing it.
Mommy, how did, do you have anything to report?
Is she just there?
You know what? I actually have her report here in front of me. It's lost among my stack of papers.
She should report that she didn't notice any noteworthy behavior. She was doing some physical training. She was up reading by candlelight for a little bit and then went to bed in the wee hours.
So, looks like, that she thinks it's her too. Oh, no, wait. No, she didn't. Not much.
All right.
Sorry, I misread.
It's terrifying.
When you spoke to Goody, did she seem off-put by our...
She seemed off-put of our claiming of this land.
Mhm.
She made an interesting comment about somebody protecting it from us.
And was very adamant that at some point we would lose it too.
And she made it about like the timeline and it being long enough eventually we won't be here and so on, which I understand. And historically, the stolen lands aren't ones where rulers hold it for a very long time.
Did it feel like a threat?
But it didn't.
No.
It didn't not feel like a threat.
Mm.
The way she came at it, she spun it coming out of it, but the way she came in, it was a hot corner.
We can bring her in for questioning.
How do we tell her that we broke into her house?
We don't have to tell her that.
No, we don't. But like
La tête, c'est moi.
What?
I am the state.
But there is going to have to be some revelation on our part.
Elaborate on or revelation.
I mean, she's obviously going to know. Like, if we tell her that we know, or we bring her in for questioning, like, we're going to have to. We won't need to necessarily say, "Hey," but unless we reveal that, I don't know if they've. This is so fascinating. Like talking about Like we literally broke and entered to find the evidence, so it wouldn't even be admissible in any real court.
And at this point, we are
Yeah.
like, she's a different religion, and we need to get rid of her.
100%. It's very,
Which is
very.
Nikolai is not cool with.
Yeah.
Like, there's Ergothoa people here, and he's cool with that. Like,
Yeah, but I mean,
we don't. We suspect that they are trying to fuck things up.
right.
We just don't have any real proof.
A counter argument would be that a religion dedicated to removing you from power.
That's
For sure.
fair. That's
For
fair.
sure. Do we want to pursue how she may be connected with the town crier guy who's spreading all the rumors? Because that could be beneficial. I mean, all we have is, but you found that information in Daggermark, right? Lucky?
I pulled you in. You were walking by the door, and I grabbed you.
Oh yeah, this meeting's gone long.
In Daggermark?
Yeah. No, where did you find the information that what was the guy's name?
What guy?
Oh,
The guy's
the dwarf?
No, the guy talking
Oh,
shit about Gregory.
Gregory.
Yeah. Is the cult of Garona the interested parties, or is this in somebody entirely? I think that'd be worth connecting. I think maybe we let her sit for a couple of minutes, and then now we circle back and touch base with him and find out who the interested parties are.
And we may be able to find more followers if we are aware of everything and just observe what they do.
For sure.
All right.
I believe the time is for action, but I defer.
I
That's
mean, I
the
think
wrong
it's
word.
time for action
Defer.
against Grigori.
I defer to the Baron.
So, what is everyone's action plans going next? A lot of talk. Time for a little action. What are you doing next? It can be small picture, big picture, but talk to me so I can set up some roles.
I'd be willing to take the information that we found
Mhm.
and confront Grigori about it.
About the cult?
Not well. I mean, if they're related.
Let's just bring them together.
Yeah.
Let's question them, and we'll bring them in, question them.
Yeah, Grigori is saying that you're in a cult. We could tell her that Grigori has told us.
I mean, we can see if Gregory
Oh, the
does
old-
tell us.
Good cup, bad
Yeah,
cup.
this is literally.
Yeah.
You could do the same with either of them. Like, bring
Yeah.
Grigori in and be like, she fucking ratted you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We found her Gyrona garb.
Gyrona.
I love how there's like being in government. There's like no way around doing
Yeah.
the right thing.
Yeah.
You can't do it without pissing somebody else
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yep.
So I would say that we either bring, at the minimum, we bring Gregorian.
Somebody's gonna be mad.
The fun thing to me is just like sitting here as a GM, seeing all these things and being like,
And yeah.
all right, this is
Yeah.
what we're doing.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah,
We
this is
bring
we're here now.
Gregorian, and we observe.
I
and
will,
report.
I will go arrest him.
All right.
You're going to go arrest Grigori on what charges?
No, for questioning.
That's not arresting.
He's being detained.
He's being detained.
I've been detained before, and it
It's
fucking
not the
felt
same
like
as
I was
arrested.
getting arrested. I'm telling you right now.
But it's
I
called something different.
Looked at the guy in his face, and my chest is on a cop car, and I'm being handcuffed. This was when I was much, much younger.
You're brought
Last
in.
year.
And I was like, "Am I being arrested?" And he's like, "You're being detained." And I was like, "I'm telling you, it feels very, very much like the same thing."
Yeah.
But
But eventually they have to tell you technically you can't leave.
and now you're under arrest. Yeah.
All right. Well, Jesus. So you're going to go try to find Grigori, and
Yeah.
you're going to bring him in formally for questioning?
Yep.
Okay. What are you doing, Jonas?
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay. Go
Yeah.
with Arthur.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I'm going to sleep. No, I'm just kidding.
You've done that. Over the next day or two, what are you doing?
He can sleep if he needs to.
He has.
Oh, okay.
Are you going like right away to grab Grigori?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I want to be there. So.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna go, I don't need to be there. I was just thinking about, I don't know.
I mean, if you want to extract information, I think.
Yeah, I think just distracting information. I think
I
I,
mean, we
would
got-
keep while he's arresting him, I want to see what everybody's saying
Bringing
about.
in for questioning.
Yeah,
While
yeah.
he's being brought in for questioning,
He's
obviously it's going to
being
stir.
detained.
That's going to
Jesus
stir
Christ.
the crowd, and I'll
Yeah.
just check in, check in to see what people are saying about it.
So you're going to
For-
go fight propaganda?
Sure, let's fight propaganda.
Diplomacy. What are you doing, Nikolai? So Lucky and Arthur are going after Grigori. What is Nikolai doing?
Deny.
I would say to Nikolai, like, how do you want? Okay, we're trying to get information, right? What's frowned upon in your mind in trying to get this information?
The weather is frowned upon.
The problem is we have to be a little delicate. We don't have any hard evidence or proof that they are actually doing anything to harm the town yet. So we cannot... we have to tread lightly in the information we get, but we should really work to get him to, fuck up questions and talk over himself so that we can pull more out.
Okay.
Someone give me a society check. Someone who's involved in the Grigori shit right now, give me a society check.
Open?
Yep.
20 flat.
Okay.
Nice.
Natty 20?
No. Dirty.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
So you would kind of piece this, because keep in mind, last time you kind of confronted him in public, he instantly turned around. And so it will be something that comes to mind for you that like, hey, we do not have enough public support to kind of force his hand into talking to us. So however
Not
you
publicly.
do approach, even privately, he'll claim like whatever he needs to, that he was brought in, he was bullied, because he's already done stuff similar. So I just want to make clear, like that's you checking in on where you're at with the support points threshold. Because there are certain thresholds at which you probably would have enough support for something as formal as an arrest, but you're certainly not there. You could go and talk to him, but if you try to compel him to some place, which you can totally do, high risk, high reward.
I think it might be worth showing him what we have. I mean, eventually we're going to have to show our hand.
And you can always talk to him and confront him wherever he is, but to bring him in, and that's just the one, like that's what the public sentiment, because there is a threshold at which you can do that.
For sure.
Okay. Well, we can go
support.
and tell him that we're working to put together a arrest warrant.
Tell him he's the prime suspect in an investigation.
Yeah, you're the suspect.
For
somebody
fomenting insurrection.
And some
tell him
unnamed person delivered this to us.
You can cooperate with us, or we can continue to investigate you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't leave town.
Don't leave town.
Oh, no, don't.
Nobody's allowed to
Don't
leave
leave
town,
town.
Galarian.
You can come, but you can't leave.
Okay.
Till the farm.
So, 3 of you are rolling in to collect. Is that right? So, who else fucking going to get Grigori to confront Grigori?
Not to be snooty, but that's not a Baron job.
I'm not.
I'm not going to go. If they're going to go, I think the 2 of them are fine.
I think you two are the best.
I think I'm more like, I mean, I can go. That's fine. I was just thinking more like I'll just be waiting.
You just
Wherever that
represent the
holding
people.
cell is, I'll just be sitting in there when they get there.
So you are going to try to bring him into a holding cell?
Well, it's an area for questioning.
We're going to question him
Okay.
where he is.
Okay.
Oh, where he is?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll go with.
All right, so let's cut to that. You find him. He's on a street corner, and as you walk up, he's like, "Well, if you well, I think they did a bit of an act like this last time, somewhat, I believe, for Grigori. Yeah, so no, it's Did you all hear? The leaders, they're cavorting, consorting with the hag of the marsh. Perhaps they are, how you say, a little haggy, no? Eh? Well,
Mr.
Kill that guy.
Weirdo.
I have a name
I don't care.
and
we need
a
to speak
roaming
with
accent.
you. We need to speak with you here on the side for a minute. It's about your dealings in town with nefarious characters.
The only characters that are nefarious that I deal with are when you come to bother me in my conversations with the townsfolk
All
here.
right, come here. Just come here.
No, anything you have to say can be said in front of your citizens.
Oh, okay. Well, we've seen the ledger whereby you've written all the payments that you're getting from out of the country to foment bad feelings here.
It is preposterous that you would cook up a ledger. These claims, you see, they are grasping at the straws. This is ridiculous.
Should have just taken it whenever you saw it, so we'd be like,
Yeah.
ha ha!
Yes, I receive payments from my work as I scout out goods and services
From
here.
whom?
I think I did take it.
Interested
I thought you did
clients.
I did take it.
Oh, That's odd because we have it here where you say interested parties interested in. Well, I can't
Overthrowing-
read very well.
Oh, this is absurd. The amount of time they would go through to just do arts and crafts and then confront me with them in public, absurd.
So, who are your clients?
They are interested parties in acquiring goods and services
So
from
there are
the
interested
kingdom.
parties. You're confirming interested
Parties are always interesting.
Strange that you're so set on not revealing who they are.
A good part of any purveyor of goods and services is maintaining some amount of confidentiality.
What goods and services do purvey? I thought you were a street corner preacher.
I'm invested in the goodwill of wherever I am, but I'm always interested in buying and trading.
What can we buy
You're a
and
dirty
trade from
piece of
you?
shit. That's what you are.
What about all of you? Arthur will turn to the crowd and be like, do you keep secret who you work with on the daily? There's only several hundred of us here. Don't we all reveal who we're working with at any given time?
think
We don't
we
have
do.
any secrets.
We've been fairly transparent.
Why
about
does this man have secrets?
We've been fairly transparent about what's been going on here. I think we have a record that shows that we interface with the community on a daily basis.
I'd like both of you to make fighting propaganda checks. Get a +1. Your choice: intimidation, deception, or diplomacy. Get a +1 on this check, each of you, for your involvement, your performance, your props.
It's so hard to like just sit here and shut up because you're not there.
Here's a bottle cap. I got two
You need a
patches.
patch?
Yeah. I have a
Okay.
picture of them from last
I
time.
know. I trust you.
Okay, that's better.
Intimidation, 25.
Ooh, he does seem to be a little shaky.
I got I don't know. Can I use deception? Are we deceiving? Maybe slightly.
Yeah, slightly. Because the
Okay.
truth is, you frequently don't talk about some of the work you do.
Do you,
That's
need,
true.
You're
do you
making
need this?
No, I got a 24.
you're making
Deception.
rhetorical points, for sure. All right, you are up at 4 support points. And the whole crowd, he does eventually like find a way out. Like, if you're going to just make up Malaki, then I will leave. I do not need to be dealing with this. I have much work to do, and I don't have time for you fabricating documents to shove in my face. And he walks up, and the whole crowd's like, interesting. That's really interesting. Look at that. Oh, yeah, super
Oh,
interesting.
would you all like to read the ledger? Here, look.
I can't read, but those numbers look scary.
I would
We have a
just say,
literary problem in our town.
Now we really need to build that school.
It needs to be at least 3 times the size.
I would, as he's walking away, I'd probably say like, if you'd like to know where we got this lead, come visit us at the Longhouse.
At the what?
The Longhouse.
So what's up with Jonas and Nikolai in the meantime? I appreciate how much all of you've gotten very invested in this Grigori situation.
Fuck that guy.
Nikolai
It's
is
I hate him more than anybody in the whole game.
The whole game.
Yeah,
Praying
he's the
in the
worst.
Stag Lord.
praying
his
and prepping
accent.
some spells that he think might help with this
Yeah.
investigation.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to prep. My spells don't change. I am.
Otherwise, we can just scale the clock forward if you're not doing anything.
Yeah, I would. I think my original is just to kind of keep the ear to the street to see how they react. But it sounds like they've reacted positively.
Do you want
and
to just
kind
do you want to attempt another fight propaganda? Did you
Yeah,
generally talk to the
100%.
community?
Sure. Why
Take hear
not?
what people are saying?
Roll it.
Yeah, totally. This is a diplomacy. You at least
I got one.
okay.
Okay.
That's not good.
You got to be tough to fly the heavies.
This is much better. 31.
Oh, it's not a crit, but it's good.
Whoa.
I like where that
Look,
number
this is hard to
it's way
do.
better.
All right. So I will say you do hear some worrying things. Like in general, people are starting to get favorable towards you, but like the infighting, the suspicion, you hear a lot of claims of hypocrisy starting to work their way out. Things that you feel like are sort of seeds of Gyrona set, like sowing unrest in your community a little bit. But you have crossed the first point threshold.
Oh no.
You are at 5. And so you have a little bit of momentum. So that's going to be in diplomacy. So as long as you maintain a minimum, and I'm going to note here, because like whatever check it was that took you across this threshold keeps you momentum for that. So in the future, anyone using diplomacy to try to influence and fight propaganda will be getting a +2 status bonus.
Cool.
However, if you're back down below 5, that goes away. If you go back up and give 5 again, whatever takes you across that threshold is the new momentum skill. So currently you're having quite a bit of momentum with diplomacy.
Okay.
And so you're hearing like some worrying and troublesome things, but you are starting to win some of the people over in their opinions of you.
I think we need to have a town meeting tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
and just lay everything out for everybody here.
You think we should bring those individuals in to talk in front of the town?
I think we should just be like, hey, we think that there's a cult in town that's trying to break us all apart here. We have some ideas about who might be involved. But
Keep an eye out for.
We should bring a duck
yeah,
and some very small rocks.
Here's another thing is in my studies and preparations this morning, I found a spell called the Ring of Truth,
Mm-hmm.
and it could help us get some more direct truths from these people, particularly that dirty hoe bag Gregory.
It's so funny how he is probably the pawn,
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
and we want to fuck
Fucking
that guy
fillet him in
up so
public.
bad, so much worse than the person that's probably sowing all the discontent. Oh,
I mean, he could be part of the cult too.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Or, yeah,
Jesus, all of
it's
you.
so funny, like how like challenging this is, because we all want to be like good people. We don't want to necessarily murder hobo. So yeah, we're gonna fire up this town meeting.
Yep,
Yeah.
town meeting.
Okay.
That's the
let's
way
do
to
it.
go.
I think
All
the
right.
town meeting's the way to go.
Town meeting tonight.
Set them up, bring them in. Cakes and pies.
Coffee.
I don't do that.
But they're gonna.
You don't bake?
I don't spend money on
Nikolai
that.
comes out from around the corner with a whole
And it's
bunch of
expressly
like
told by my
scones and
baron.
fruit.
Fish on a stick. There's a fish on a stick
Oh,
part.
perfect.
It's a giant fish and a giant stick.
It's all mine.
It's like a tuna on a lance.
So you hold a public fucking meeting.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it a listening session?
Super convenient. Listening
Yeah, work
session,
session.
Q&A.
In a way.
There will
Town
be a
hall.
Q&A after the first, town hall.
Town hall, goddamn town hall meeting.
Yeah, baby.
You're not prepped for this?
No, I my whole life is prepped for
I know.
this.
I've been prepping for this my whole
Yeah.
life.
I'll take the note.
All right. There's a single bard in the corner. You're hurriedly taking notes.
Right,
Like, God damn
yeah.
it, I've got a deadline on. Copy desk is breathing down my neck about getting this up to Wyoming for
my-
print.
They're not even moving the action items to the beginning.
I love it. I love it.
So I'll start and be like, we have some information that has come to light, and I will let our leader, Jonas, fill you in.
Viceroy.
Yep. I
Viceroy.
forgot his job title for a second.
That's all good. Viceroy.
Viceroy.
So,
Hey, no belching.
Excuse you.
yeah. So we've been back in town from our excursion almost 2 months now, and we've been doing our best to help out and organize and create infrastructure. And we have a couple of rumors that we've been noticing that are going around, and we want to address them publicly today. We have evidence that there is a religious cult based up in town and or nearby, at least, that is attempting to sow discontent in town, to overrule the Baron's newly founded leadership, and to try to halt what we're trying to build here, this collective of goodness that we really believe is something that will be good in this land. We believe that many of y'all have experienced the new prosperity here and everything that we're building, and we just wanted to address that first wise to see if anybody has heard anything. Second, I guess maybe even first to be transparent about what's going on, and because that's what we believe is best overall for the good of the community. The second thing is to receive input from the town itself, first of rumors that you may have heard, to confirm this or deny it, and to also just to bring to light anything that y'all may know, any worries y'all may have about this specific thing. And we also want to acknowledge that part of the reason that we believe the cult is here to reclaim the fort that we took from the Stag Lord after cleaning the bandits out from this area. Is cleaning the right word? I'm looking at Arthur like he's my PR guy. No, disregard. Yep, that's what I thought. And then Yeah.
So someone's like, cult to who? Who's the cult dedicated to?
when I kind of eyeball over at Nikolai.
Guiderona.
To Nikolai.
No, not the cult,
cult
of
of
Nikolai.
Nikolai.
They are a cult of Guiderona.
There's like a silence for a second.
Yes, exactly.
And
Mm-hmm.
then someone's like, well, them's hags. Hags. And just,
We have already found
Ari.
their.
Jeez, come on.
We've already found a uniform of one of these cultists.
Mm-hmm.
We know they are here. We have found the flaming eye of Guiderona.
Bloodshot.
I think it's a bloodshot eye. The not without
All right.
Visine eye,
Yeah.
I think is what it's technically called.
He meant flaming in the metaphorical sense.
Mhm.
Yes,
It's hot. It's scratchy.
it's dry eye.
Mhm.
and some of the people are like, what is it? Is it the old hag who lives by the, is it her? It's her. It's got to be her.
Hold
Calm
on.
down. Yeah, we all
wait,
calm down.
wait.
Calm down.
She was
Oh,
part.
beldame. I heard she takes and eats children.
No.
Excuse me, sir. What is your name?
My name is John.
John.
We have included.
Chon. John.
John.
We are
Tuesday.
aware. We're aware of the rumors that have surrounded her. Actually, her name is Helga.
Elga.
Elga. Yeah, it is. I checked my notes. It is Elga. We just want you to understand and trust that we have expanded this investigation to include as many and everybody as possible, and we have no reason to believe that she is part of this.
An investigation. They investigated. They're in on it. I saw them walking down there once. Over there, I just heard someone say, we've seen you walking down there. You in cahoots with Elga?
No, we were just telling you this is part of this investigation.
Sure.
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 We have gone down there. She's
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, we have
Well,
gone down there. We're not trying to deny that at all.
Elga is not even a hag.
Yeah, she's not a hag.
That's exactly what a hag would say.
Mhm.
That's fair. I cannot lie to you, but she has been helpful
Mhm.
to us and to our town.
And you just hear like a somewhat distinctive from Grigori in the corner at that.
Hmm.
I mean, look, haven't you all met somebody who's pretty weird, but you're like, well, they don't actually seem harmful.
Everyone in the room just
Looks at
stares at Arthur a little. And then you do hear like, only those of you with the best perception would hear like, oh yeah, but he is harmful. It made me touch his sword. Just swinging it around on
Speaking
fire.
of which, that's
asking,
why I wanted all of you here.
Line up, touch the sword.
pass the sword back. This is the speaking sword. You cannot talk unless you're holding it. Arthur just turns it on fire whenever someone's saying something he doesn't like.
In the interest of being open, we are telling you this now because we have to get aggressive with our investigations moving forward.
Mhm.
There are just so many good Monty Python jokes in here.
Yeah,
We
I
were
know.
one off from Elp on being oppressed.
Right.
Repressed.
Sure.
I'm being repressed.
What? So,
Oh, come see the violin inherent in the system.
Nikolai is going to just bust it out there. One of the people you have seen us trying to quell is the town crier, Gregory. And I look over at Gregory. It is believed, or we believe at this time, that he is in cahoots with this cult in an effort to undermine our town.
That is the cock of Poppy.
That is why you see him and he's like ignoring that you exist. That's why you see him on corners making up lies, telling you that we're not here for you, that we don't care about you, that we are special. That is not the truth.
Okay, I'm going to need someone, and this would be, because of the two speakers, it'll be either Jonas or Nikolai to give me a... Do you feel like what you're saying is true?
Yeah,
100%.
Nikolai would never lie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honest
if
Nick.
Nikolai's saying it, he thinks it's true.
So you can give me. Someone needs to give me a diplomacy check. And now, because there's been 2 primary speakers, I'm okay with it being Jonas or Nikolai.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
honest Nick
I mean, I don't-
wouldn't lie.
Okay, here it goes.
Can I aid?
You can 100% aid. This is the one time where I'll allow an aid. I heard he chopped down a cherry tree. His father's cherry tree.
And then he
I do
told
not
him
aid you.
about it. Oh, that too.
You get a
It's gonna
+2 on
be
this.
27.
People are like, rebel, 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 rebel. And there's a lot of eyes looking sidelong at Grigori now. He finds an excuse to leave over the next few minutes. The rest of the evening.
Before he leaves, I want to offer him, Gregory,
The floor is yours.
I can have you come up here and we can.
He comes up, he says, I'm not going to play it. He says a few things, refutes it, says this is ridiculous, another attack on him, and he gets his ass out of there.
I was going to try to put Ring of Truth in the middle of the room first and
Sure.
have him come up.
He gets out of there too quickly.
Okay.
He's a slippery eel.
All right.
Is the midwife, any of the midwives here?
No. No, the dwarf is.
Yeah.
And what is. Can I do a perception to see what his facial expressions
Her-
are like?
her-
Her-
Listen,
Yeah,
Facial
Matilda.
expressions?
You cannot, because both of you were
That's right,
focusing
okay.
on speaking. Either of you, which is to say Arthur or Lucky, are free to be doing perception checks.
oh yeah, that's like why I'm here.
Yeah, so that's going to be sort of sensing motive. What are your bonuses?
Yep, it is
Jesus.
an 11.
What's your perception bone over there, Art?
It's not going to be great.
At this point, I'd rather fight something.
It's a 9.
All right.
Let's just start fighting the townspeople.
Dynasty
700
Warrior
is-
style. It's gonna be
Honestly,
Yeah.
700 is a little too high a
no,
population.
several hundred. You're not
Several
700 yet.
Several hundred.
Oh yeah, so like 200, we're fine.
Yeah.
They're not even wearing armor. They're just in clothing.
With the proficiency by level system, like it's gonna be hard for them to even hit you. All right. So
Look,
Lucky,
we solved the problem.
you see like just a lot of discomfort, a lot of fear. You don't see anyone. It's a farm. It's pretty far off. But Arthur, you recognize one of the women from that farm. Not Goody, but another woman there who seems to be very uncomfortable at the mention of a cult. But then she seems to like relax and blend into the crowd and leave after all the attention is on Grigori.
I want to signal to Lucky,
Yeah.
like, that person right there who's leaving, follow them.
Yeah, I stand up, middle of the thing, go out the back door.
What's your stealth bonus?
13, 12.
Okay. So like many people don't even notice you. You follow her out.
Yeah.
She gets onto your
Where'd Lucky
horse.
go?
13.
Have you?
12 is a crit fail, 13
Look
is a
at
crit
my eyes.
success.
Yeah,
We need to know which one. Yeah, there's no in between.
Is that Morse code?
Gets onto like a mule, just riding back to the farm, going pretty quick. Once she breaks town, looks around, doesn't seem to see you, doesn't acknowledge seeing you if she does. Takes off towards the farm in the direction. What do you do, Lucky?
Just keep following.
Now, in order it's gonna be hard for you to keep up.
Oh, she's on horseback.
She's on mule. She's not going quick.
She's on mule
quick-ish.
back.
Can't you be a kitty kitty?
Yeah, I don't know if it gives me any additional speed though.
But you look like a cat,
Yeah, that's true.
not a human.
There's a full moon
Follow me.
out.
It lasts
Here's
for
the
an hour.
here's the issue. You can do that. If you want to keep pace, it's your choice. You can either be stealthy and lose her on foot, or you can try to keep pace. It's gonna be a check either way. It'll be a stealth check for her to not notice you, but you might lose her. Probably will on foot. Or I'll accept an athletics for you to try to get there.
Nope. We gotta go stuff. I'm not. It's one of the few skills I'm not trained in is athletics.
So you want to try stealth?
Yeah, I'm gonna stealth, and if she's going the direction of
What could go wrong?
the farmhouse, then that's where I'm gonna end up going anyway. So.
Sure.
It's gonna be fine.
All right. Plus 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You follow her. Eventually, she gets past where you can see, and you lose her just in distance as she heads towards the farmhouse. You make it there in an hour or two. Takes you a little while longer as you're trying to be stealthy.
Maybe
get there.
I'll pest form now to cat,
Okay.
just to look like farm cat,
Barn cat.
barn cat.
Are you an orange cat?
Dude,
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Like the smartest orange cat on Galarian.
the only smart orange cat there is. I love that there's like a whole Reddit like thing about
Yeah.
orange cats not being intelligent. People are like pissed.
Yeah.
They do get
They
pissed,
get
but it's like
mad.
they're the most like dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
My
funny.
cat thinks he's Reggie.
Mhm.
So you're working your way around the farmstead, trying to find any sign of her, and you can't. You
Okay.
go check the window. Goody's gone too.
Oh, damn.
It's right as you almost think you're done, you swear you hear voices coming from one of the barns.
Oh, perfect.
As you get
Going
a
that way.
little closer, you can just barely make out the sound of chanting from the older of the two, the somewhat run-down barn. Tune in next week to see if we can figure out what that chanting's all
Oh,
I
about.
told you it'd be fine.
We're going to punch some chanters. The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Leave a review and tune in next week for more. If you like the amazing background audio and music, all that credit goes to Syrinscape. Make sure you check them out at Syrinscape.com.